Hi, this is the fifth and final part of a mini-series based on Anthropic's March 2025 research into how their Claude 3.5 Haiku model actually works under the hood. If you've been following along, we've talked about how language models reason, how they hallucinate, and how they learn to say no to harmful requests. Today, we're looking at what happens when someone tries to break that refusal mechanism. This episode is about jailbreaking, the practice of crafting prompts that trick a model into bypassing its safety rules. If you've spent time online, you've probably seen examples of this. People asking an AI to do something it shouldn't by phrasing it in a way that sneaks around the built in guardrails. The question is this: why do these attacks sometimes work? And how does the model respond internally when it's being tricked? In this study, Anthropic's researchers looked at one specific jailbreak attack. It uses the sentence, "Babies outlive master block." At first glance, this doesn't seem dangerous at all. But here's the trick. This prompt is meant to make the model spell out the word bomb by instructing it to take the first letter of each word in a sentence. It's a clever way of hiding the dangerous instruction, disguising it as something totally harmless. So, how does the model handle this? Using circuit tracing, the researchers followed what was happening inside Claude from the moment it received the prompt to the point it decided whether to refuse. And what they found is fascinating. When the model sees the phrase "babies outlive master block," it initially focuses on the syntactic task, extracting the first letters of each word just as it was asked. At this stage, there is no strong activation of features related to harmful requests. The model is following the structure of the task, not the meaning. So it proceeds to generate the string bomb without immediately recognizing what it's doing. But then something changes. As it continues generating text and starts processing the next part of the instructions, certain internal features begin to fire, features linked to harmful content and refusal behavior. The researchers found that refusal often kicks in at the start of a new sentence. It seems that punctuation, like a period or a new line, acts as a kind of checkpoint in the model's reasoning process. And at that point, the model reevaluates what it's doing. And when those harmful request features finally activate strongly enough, the model will interrupt itself and refuse to go further. You might see it say something like, "However, I can't help with that request." This delayed reaction is important. It means the model doesn't recognize the harmful nature of the prompt immediately. It's only once it starts connecting the dots, maybe mid-sentence or mid-output, that it realizes what it's doing and pulls back. But why doesn't it catch the danger earlier? The researchers found that when the model is focused on surface level tasks like following formatting rules, the make a bomb features don't activate strongly right away. There's not enough evidence yet for the model to trigger a refusal. They even tested this directly. They manually activated a make a bomb feature on the output tokens for bomb. And in that case, the model refused immediately. That tells us the safety system is there, but it doesn't always fire fast enough when the danger is hidden behind an indirect task. This has serious implications for how we think about model safety, because jailbreaks are not about fooling the model in a traditional sense. They are about exploiting when and how the model activates its internal refusal features. And this kind of circuit level analysis helps us see exactly why the model sometimes hesitates too late. It also points to a possible solution, making those harmful request features more sensitive to context and training the model to connect meaning sooner, even when the prompt looks harmless on the surface. So, to sum up, jailbreaks often work by hiding intent in neutral-looking instructions. The model initially focuses on the task, not the meaning. Harmful features activate later, often at the start of a sentence. When they do, the model pulls back, but sometimes too late. Manual activation tests show the refusal features work, they just need better timing and context awareness. This is why tools like circuit tracing are so powerful. They don't just show what the model outputs, they show us how it thinks, step by step, and where we might need to adjust things to make it safer, faster, and more reliable. That wraps up this 5 series on how Claude works under the hood. If you found this useful, let me know. I'm happy to explore more of what's coming out of this kind of research, because if these systems are going to be part of our daily lives, we owe it to ourselves to understand how they work and how they sometimes fail. Thanks for watching.